It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Hi everyone, it's Blue. Make sure you like and subscribe and go follow me on my Twitch and my other YouTube channel. Those links are down below. Also, my Patreon, where I post more content on there that I don't actually post here.
But this is not a date.
No, of course not. Strictly professional.
Wonderful.
Great. So I picked...
Today I'm going to be reacting to something new. Savage Donald Trump moments.
Immigrants on the whole create...
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals.
Is he about to smile?
Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie
several...
O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
I feel like
I
people in a
never
suit are
attacked him
collecting
on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you. Jake,
I want to give...
They came to me, the press, these people. Look at all those cameras back there. The press came to me, and they told me that he said would not pay for the wall. Do you have a comment? I said, yes. The wall just got 10 feet taller. Oh, Don, you're a little controversial. You're talking about illegal immigration. I said, it's illegal. We have very stupid people in our country negotiating for us, and we have leaders that don't know what they're doing. And the media, look at all those people back there. Scavengers, they're like scavengers. CNN is terrible. CNN, you're with CNN? Are you with CNN? Good. You people do not cover us accurately at all. Go ahead.
To follow up on that, you keep calling us the dishonest press, the disgusting press.
Generally speaking, that's 100% true. Go ahead.
I disagree with that, sir. And if I can ask you this question, it seems as though you're resistant to scrutiny, the kind of scrutiny that comes with running for president of the United States.
I like scrutiny, but you know what? When I raise money, excuse me, I've watched you on television. You're a real beauty.
Is that appropriate in running for president? Okay. You got to let me speak though, Frank, because you interrupt all the time, okay? So, it's been an amazing journey for me. It's been a lot of fun. I never thought I'd be a politician in my life. He said I'm not. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not. I refuse. We need a leader that wrote The Art of the Deal. I'll use the word anchor baby. Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. Look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it. He was begging for my endorsement.
My goodness.
I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees. He was begging. Who is Uma married to? One of the great sleazebags of our time. Anthony Weiner. Did you know that? She's married to Anthony Weiner. You know, the little bing, 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 bum, bum. I love you very much.
I want to get paid the same as a man, and I think you understand that. So, if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man? No. And do I get to choose what I do with my body?
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job. Stop it. This socialist...
I think some of his responses are entertaining, and I think part of that is because he didn't grow up with that idea of I'm going to do something in the government, then it changes like Congress, and then president. He was technically like famous and on TV in other ways, and then he goes into presidency, so he has this like entertaining aspect aura around him. I mean, he like started off as an entertainer first, so I think some of his comebacks or responses are going to be a little bit more what's going to make an audience laugh, like what's quick-witted, what's funny, rather than somebody else maybe thinking something very seriously, because, you know, like, this is presidency, you have to, you know, like, look a certain, and he's coming to the table a little bit more, I can say whatever I want, so that energy is very different, and I think that's another reason why he got a lot of attention, or maybe still gets a lot of attention, because you wouldn't typically put that attitude with that job title together.
Socialist/communist, okay? Nobody wants to say it. What the financials don't show also is your tax rate. They don't show whether you paid a low tax rate or no tax rate.
I fight very hard to pay as little tax as possible, and I've said that for the last 2 years. I fight very hard because this country wastes our money. They take our tax money and they throw it down the drain. Because frankly, our country doesn't know what they're doing with our money or our tax money, and that's part of the problem. So I fight very hard to pay as little tax as possible.
What is your tax rate?
It's none of your business. You'll see it when I release.
I say it only because that's the kind of thinking this country needs with $19 trillion in debt, believe me. They spent, listen to this, $1 million on ads against me in Iowa. Now here's the good news. They used the best pictures. I look so good in those pictures. I'm trying to find where they got them. But I was like a young guy. I looked so handsome. I said to myself, oh, I wish I still looked like that. It would be great.
Newsflash, the Republican Party's been fighting against a single-payer system for a decade. So I think you're on the wrong side of this if you're still arguing for a single-payer system.
I don't think you heard me. You're having a hard time tonight.
All right, this is a tough business to run for president.
No, you're a tough guy, Jeff.
And we need to have a leader that is real tough. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 3, so
Doesn't matter.
far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. Crooked Hillary. She was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our nation. Why would she be a good president? I think she'd be a terrible president.
You know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
500.
It's like that meme where somebody just like drops a mic. They're like, or the little Thug Life meme. Like, he was so proud of himself. Again, I'm not really political at all, but I am kind of noticing just by his responses and like a compilation together that somebody will have this whole like debate and have this long response to maybe even try to corner him. Like, okay, if I take this, he only has one way to go and this is how he has to answer. His responses are sometimes what you wouldn't expect because maybe a lot of people have been trained to, hey, professionally, you literally kind of have to answer this way or this way, and I'm going to corner you to where you can't say that because then it'll contradict yourself. He will just say something else. He'll go up, he'll open up another door, like he'll figure it out. I think the word might even be charismatic. It's some type of leader role.
Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Yeah, like that. People are cheering.
$505 billion. We're going to lose that. $505 billion. And by the way, I don't like this mic. Whoever the hell bought this mic system, don't the son of a bitch to put it in, I'll tell you. These people. No, this mic is terrible. Just, you know, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times, you'll have, and it doesn't work very well with
How tough is it to take a property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough
a lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests out there. So, that's what it is.
The guy in the middle is
and
like...
by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interests, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that. I have no doubt that Hillary is going to laugh quite a bit tonight. Sometimes even at an appropriate moment. And even tonight, with all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me." What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald J. Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $7 billion in the bank. Plus by a lot.
If there was any clip to end it with, I guess that one would make sense. I think one of the ones that I enjoyed the most is actually the one that was just before that one, Hillary and Trump together. It's nice to not take everything so seriously all the time. Even whenever it is, I'm assuming, your enemy. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys liked it. Again, just remember what I said. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.